In fact, David married Rose and Louis.
Oh yeah? Uncle David was the Masada
Yeah,
Kedusha
that's it.
for Uncle Louis.
So the kid-
For his Uncle Leibish.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. Her story was
He
amazing.
was at the time, over the short time that we were not long there. We saw that there was no hope. The Russians took over the country. And I heard them, they're going to send me to Siberia because I started doing business, buying the gold, some sheep, and slaughter them and sell the meat, you know. I was a speculant, they call it.
They didn't like that.
That's
The
a
police
crime.
over there?
Huh?
The police in your town, you mean? You didn't go back to your town though.
Yeah.
You didn't go back. No, I mean in the past 20 or 30 years.
Huh?
Since then, you never went back.
Always wanted to go. And for some reason, I once even had the visas.
Yeah.
I will see you shortly.
Didn't work out.
I'm gonna go there. You know. I want to go with Ellison. And I was asking this guy that I met in the airport. He goes to Munkach. He told me. He said, it's no big deal. You yourself a driver. You go anywhere you want.
I don't know.
He said,
You have to be very careful.
I heard that you have to be careful. He said, yeah, you're with the right people. You don't worry about anything. He wasn't worried at all. He goes all the time.
He's used to it. But Arnold was there. And Quadrani
Yeah.
was a couple times there. And last year, the year before, we were going to go, Ronnie wanted me to go with him too. And he said he's preparing somebody to take us with a Cadillac or a Mercedes so we can go let the Goyim plots and see how the Jews are living, and they're still living in worse conditions than we left. It is although those Goyim, where I come from,
They weren't they?
that they were anti-Semitic, they couldn't wait for us to be taken, so they could grab our homes and our furniture, and the cow, the horse. Arnold, for instance, will tell you he remembers when he and I, in the last moment, decided we were going to leave our town and go to Munkach. And before we go there, we will load up. We had a horse and wagon. My father had. We loaded up our wagon with potatoes, full wagon of potatoes. And we drove it into the Munkach. And there was a central kitchen from all the people that were dumped in the city, in the ghetto. And they were cooking for everybody, whoever was hungry. So I dumped the potatoes there and let the horse go wherever it wanted with the wagon.
And he just walked away from it.
I couldn't take it with me.
Right. But there was no, you weren't even bothering to try to sell it or anything.
No. Even if you sold it, what could you have done with the money? They take it away from you. When we were in the train leaving Hungary, crossing the border over to Poland, where Auschwitz was, as we were coming to the border, the Hungarian anti-Semites, police came up with sacks. Anybody has gold, silver, or money to throw it into the sacks. And if you catch anyone that didn't, he's going to be shot on the spot. So everybody over there.
not gonna make any calls to anybody tomorrow. It's crazy. They were in the hospital's nuts, right?
And in the wagon to get to Auschwitz, how many sick people were in each wagon? Old people, crying, out of their mind already.
As you walk
They didn't bother taking them to,
sets of glasses.
they just shot them as they arrived there and took them straight into the crematory.
You know, the doctor's glasses. They usually wear.
No.
And you'll find
Now you
the
ask me,
case is
many
very
things you wonder, why am I
The case is
what I am now? Of course, I don't think I'm any different.
on
Just the way I was born. The same mentality. Maybe I have some more experience of that. But I don't use the bad situations against anybody. What good will it do? Because if you're going to use against anybody, first you have to use it against yourself. If you're going to be mad at anyone, you have to be a mad person. And that's going to be another killer to you.
like blue and yellow. Or you can do a wheelie of the.
Doesn't pay to be bitter.
Huh?
Doesn't pay to be bitter.
No. Find ways of how to make peace wherever you go. I do that. Wherever, even among the Goyim. Show good ways about us. Try to be happy, because that's the only way you can make others happy. Be happy with whatever you are, whatever you do. Certainly when you get old and painful, you're not going to be happy. Because if you're painful, you can't be happy because of the pain.
Makes it nice and easy.
But it's the only thing you have in life
Now,
is
also,
to make yourself happy. Don't wait for anyone
now
else.
I can go home with this. Just let me know.
It's amazing how it will catch on people who start clinging to you. Because people like to be among happy people. They cling towards happy people,
And also,
not towards the people who are crazy and mad.
well, yeah, do me a favor, throw out the garbage,
So,
so it doesn't stink and smell.
I don't know.
I'm lucky that way, because I was born happy. You're born with a certain disposition, like you said, and I'm born that way. I think I always want to be happy. Not everybody has that,
That's what you have.
but that's a gift. Not everybody has that.
Family base here, and,
Not everybody's born with that.
I see Allison so much with different moods.
Yeah.
But he was always that way when he
Like
was
that
a
with a
baby,
baby, sure,
right?
sure.
It's not him doing it, it's the way he was born.
Yeah.
But he can correct that if he would make an effort.
Well, it's very
He's
hard.
a good boy and an honest boy. And he could be a loving boy to anybody. This is why I'm so disappointed that he is not married to make a life for himself, have his own children, his own pleasures.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I'm afraid they ignored me all the years. And the minute she showed me a little happiness, I was able to become close to her. Otherwise, she didn't let me. I didn't question her, nothing.
signing away and
Why were you that way?
made you responsible.
Or when she asked me point blank, would I make her a wedding? I said yes. I didn't question. I wouldn't do it, or why are you mad at me, or what did I do to you, or what? Nothing.
What's interesting is all your blood tests are negative.
I just
My dad
was happy that finally she asked
test
me,
is right.
would
This
I?
happened
I was happy. And from there on, she calls me practically every day.
it's just plain wrong.
It's great.
Can I recommend an angiogram?
Big change. You and you speak to the baby.
Huh?
You speak to Ayal all the time. She always puts him on the
No,
phone.
the angiogram goes into,
Even when I talk to her, she puts him on the phone.
it goes into the right area.
You can either be down in the wrist or the groin, yes.
I assume they're gonna do it to the groin, because after fix the stent, they might as well do it.
No, they can do it both
He's
ways.
a good boy.
And they
I'm
actually do it
so
to the
happy
wrist.
for her.
Oh, Eric Boss? No, he's really not.
Are you going to be able to go see her?
If I'm well enough,
She wants to come here for Aryeh's bar mitzvah in
I know.
February.
I know. Where would she stay though?
Well, everybody's going to stay for Shabbos, so everybody's going to have somewhere to stay.
They told us.
I don't know
Yeah,
exactly
but
where
she's
everybody.
gonna. She comes. She's gonna stay for a couple of weeks probably.
She could stay with us.
Well, she's got problems there, doesn't she?
No,
No.
no. And we have actually. Rena just put away a lot of clothes. We went through my closet. I have 3 closets. One closet that Rena was shoving in bags of clothes. Ozzy grew out of it already, and we have clothes that started out in Teaneck with Rena's brother. His wife gave them to us. Ozzy wore them. Yitzi wore them. They grew up, and now we saved them. We have boxes and boxes of clothing for Ayal. So she can come and I don't know how she gets everything back there, but fancy stuff too.
Because I don't know whether she would be able to stay with me because
No,
two of them.
that would, but there's nothing. I mean,
I feel
she could stay with
terrible
you for
about
a day or two, but there's not going to be much. You're running up to Albany anyway. She should stay with us. We have
Not
kids.
to Albany she goes to.
Ozzy's waiting to see his cousin. Ozzy keeps talking about my little cousin. He wants to see him. So it only makes sense that she should stay with us.
She complained to me a couple times
Let's find out what the results are.
that his children
Now, if the results
Let's
are
say,
good,
let's
are
say we do
difficult
it.
to
Test, that's
Yeah.
for her. I said, Freda,
I can't see why not.
try to be nice to them.
I saw her, when we were there, I saw her interact with them for the first time. I've never really seen them before.
Take it easy for a day or two.
Just the 2 girls, they seemed like they were taking care of Ayal and running around after him, like they love their little brother. And
Complaints. I said, Freda, for one thing, before you married him, I told you that he has 3 children. He told me he has 3 children. I said, Freda, will you be able to handle that? Because you see it, they're going to be with you.
yeah. She's
Will
with,
you be able to
they're
handle
even with him when he's not there.
Huh?
They're with her even when he's not there.
Okay? So
Sometimes.
she says, I'll be like their mother, I'll take care of them.
Good days, bad days. I've got 20
She didn't know.
I warned her. I said, think good because this could become a thing that you might be irritated. Make sure
Yeah,
that your undertaking, they were there before you were there.
yeah. Well, then they moved into the new house, so I was hoping that the new house would be her domain more than the old place where they remembered growing up in. That they would understand that this is her house now. But she says they don't really see it that way. They see it as their house.
No, that's the way children are. It's not unusual. Their father